Let's face it, you and I both know that putting on an event is not an easy thing to do. Part of it is because what you want is when someone walks away to have behavioral change, long-lasting behavioral change. Hello, I'm David Goldsmith, and for the past 20 years, I've been delivering a program called Consulting from the Stage, which does exactly that. Consulting from the Stage is a one-off, unique, customized presentation that has been highly researched, integrated, new examples, and new direction that helps the audience be able to take advantage of the opportunities in the future. Now, who's this for? It's not an everyday program. It's a program or a product that meets the needs of leaders and decision makers, people who are going out and trying to figure out how to build tomorrow. Now, this type of audience could be nonprofit, government, military, education. They could be nanotechnology, aerospace, water and sewage, and construction. They can be in any country from Hong Kong to Moscow to Copenhagen, these aren't countries, to Toronto. They could be anywhere in the world. It's a program that enables your audience to make a change. Now, if you're an association, you want them to walk away saying, this was one of the best events I've been to because I learned something that moves me forward. If you're an organization, you want that group to be more synergistic and directional in where they're going. Now, let me tell you what this encompasses, what differentiates this from many programs. First of all, let's start with the word motivation. I have a belief, maybe it's not yours, that any good speaker is motivational. And I said, good, it doesn't mean rah-rah running back and forth across the stage. You can have a person who's energized and brings the dynamism to the stage. The challenge is they might not have the content. They might not know how to engage that audience. Then you get a Nobel Prize winner who stands on the podium and reads off of a slide or a deck, and you say, wow, that's amazing. Motivation is something that empowers the individual who hears it to say, I want to go do something with that. And they can take it and make a change. Let me compare the differences between customized and tailored. A tailored is an insert here type of program where what you're doing is you're saying, and da-da-da-da-da organization, da-da-da-da-da. You've heard it 40 times, the same speaker has given it all over the world. As a matter of fact, how impactful is that if everybody's hearing the same presentation, every organization hears the same exact message? You need it to be customized. Customized is where I find out with you what you really need to hear. What would be the best direction for you at that time? Not everybody gets the same medicine. Not everybody gets the same surgery. Not everybody should get the same presentation. It should fit the needs of the situation. And that's what I deliver. I've been doing this, I've been in business for 30 years. I was one of those college entrepreneurs in the 80s. And I have been running businesses my whole life. I'm a business person who speaks, not a speaker who writes and then speaks and never tries it on their own. As a matter of fact, I never deliver anything to an audience that I haven't tried myself or in one way, shape, or form utilized. New methodology or approach that's been pulled together to ensure that it's going to deliver and move someone forward. Now here's the process. This might help you to make a better decision. First of all, what I do is I get on the phone with you and we have a dialogue. We talk about where you want to take this and we see if we're going to be compatible with one another. With that direction, I can now move forward. Recently, I did a pre-interview with somebody. When I was done, the Bureau was sent an email and it said, in all my years of doing this, this was by far the best pre-interview I'd ever had. I asked a lot of questions. I wanted to know where they wanted to go and gave them examples of how I can deliver that. The second thing I do is, with your help, is I speak with 10 prospective members of the audience. I'm not going to tell you how and the methodology we go about getting them. You and I will talk about that later. What I can tell you is these are confidential, one-on-one interviews where we have the time to be able to learn from one another. I'm trying to figure out the gaps, the connections. Now, I then do additional research. Number 3, I will go out and do what it takes to understand your customer, your materials, your content. For one organization, I got my motorcycle license. I've never ridden again. You might think I got it for me. No, I got it because in order for me to understand that audience, there's no way I couldn't have gotten it. I visited retail facilities, I've traveled, I've called up experts that I know in the industry. I put that information together. In the next step, which is number 4, I develop a program. I look for cycles, trends, and patterns. I look for salient points, the important points. They're going to make a difference when your audience hears it. Sometimes they're a little bit edgy, where your audience is going to say, well, how did he know that? How did he pull that together? I pulled it together because I saw gaps in the content and information. I will even do all of my development to the minute I walk on stage. I am sitting down at dinner side by side with the individuals who are at your event. I'm going out on the tours and playing the golf or listening to 4 or 5 speakers in advance of what I deliver so that I know what's going on. I'm hoping that when I walk on stage, your audience says, he knows us. I want to deliver something that makes a change. I'm listening. At one presentation, it was so important that I was there. I heard a speaker from Germany get on a phone, and they did an audio presentation. It wasn't even there, no video. He couldn't see the audience as he ripped them to shreds, took the steam out of the event, and I walked up, and I changed on the fly. I needed to meet the needs of that audience, to help them move forward with what they had just learned and what had just happened. That's my job. It's not to get up there and just give the presentation you paid me for. It's to help you move forward. And often I will even, in a situation like that, turn to you and say, do you mind if I cover a few extra things? Because we're working together on this. I then deliver that program. And I deliver that in a program that's engaging. I'm not running back and forth on stage. I'm delivering insights and observations and tools and methodologies. With all of that, here's the quick value. First of all, you're not going to be, in exchange for a little bit of out-of-norm thinking, bringing someone like me in, you're going to get as many hours as it takes for me to put together the program that works for you. I don't develop it and then deliver it over and over again. The second thing that I'm going to do for you is I'm going to deliver a presentation. I mean, that might sound obvious, but I am. Think of it this way. You go to a car dealership and they have no cars in the parking lot. And you walk into this building and it's engineers and designers and people who understand the mechanics of a car. And you say, I'd like to order a customized car. You don't see the car in advance, but you know it's going to be a car. You have a feel what it's going to look like. You pick your color. You put it in direction, but the experts build the car. I'm going to be that person with you, building something that meets your needs. What you won't get from me is this. A week before, you're not going to get a PowerPoint presentation. I actually use paper, and I use a tablet PC where I write, and on screen, individuals see in real time, they see me speaking with them and showing them content and transferring new skills, methodologies, tools, and approaches that allow them to move forward. Our job together is to build a presentation. Our job is to create behavioral change. When you're done with consulting from the stage, you shouldn't be looking for smiley faces. Because if I do my job right, a good portion of that audience is going to be challenged to be thinking differently. They're going to be saying, oh my God, I never thought of it that way. Or, that's not what I do. But yet the audience will know that that's where you need to go. So hopefully this short presentation, this short video gives you enough of a flavor to say to yourself, it's worth getting on the phone with David to explore the possibilities of changing our future by bringing consulting from the stage to our group. I'm David Goldsmith, and I'm looking forward to that call.